Groovy.
Now then people, it's your boy, the most useless man on the planet, and today what we're going to do is put ports onto our Anbernic rg351p, and this is without having your Anbernic connected to the internet because we didn't buy the dongle, like me, and using a mobile phone because we don't have a PC. So you are going to need the game files, which you can find online, or you can pull from your own games on the PC. You're going to need a USB stick and the adapter so we can plug it into the top of the device, and we will need to go onto the Portmaster website. So if this video helps you out, leave a like, but don't subscribe because I'm absolutely useless and I'm not planning on doing much. But here we go. So what you want to do, guys, is Google Portmaster, and it's this one here that I've already selected, and go onto the Portmaster page, and this is a good little site. If you need any more tips, go to the wiki, it has all the information there. So what we want to do is click on view code, and you're going to need the Portmaster zip. And then if you click view raw, you start to download that. And we will need the one for Duke Nukem. And again, click on that and that should start to download. And then we'll get the Quake 1 and Quake 2 zips also. And when these are downloaded, you're going to want to unzip them, and you can use your normal phone file manager to do that. And I will show you what they look like now. Here we are. I've gone into the file manager on my phone, onto internal storage, into the download file, and you can see the zips we have here. You just click on them and click extract, and do that for each one, and then put them onto your USB stick ready. So now what you want to do, guys, is hunt out the files you need to run the game on the Anbernic. So for Quake, you need the pack files. You need one called pack0pack, and the other one is pack1pack. Now, you can find all these online, but it's best if you own the games. I mean, to be fair, I didn't have that many ports of Quake. It isn't until recently where they brought out a recent version on consoles, and it's something I haven't owned for quite a while, so I bought it off COG. And another thing you're going to need are the music files, and it doesn't tell you this on the guide. Most guides I've seen don't include the music files, so they're just playing it without the soundtrack. But if you get the music files, I found if you just drag and drop them in to the file, which I'll show you later, they work fine. And for Duke Nukem, you need two files. You need the Duke RTS file and the Duke 3D GRP file. And again, these are easy to find online. These are for the Atomic Edition. I'm not sure if any other parts of Duke work on the Anbernic just yet, but this is what I've got for Duke Nukem. Quake 2, I had difficulty getting Quake 2 to run. It said you just need the 3 pack files and you need to drag and drop them into a place and it should work fine, but it didn't work for me. I also get the video and music files, which you can find online, but it's best if you own a copy of Quake 2. And I've owned a few copies of Quake 2 in my time, and you know what I've always wanted is for them to bring out a Quake 2 Complete Edition with the PC versions on, and the expansion packs, and the PS1 version and the N64 version, because they were all very different, and I think that would be really cool. Okay guys, here we are with the rg351p. So you want to get the USB stick with all your files on, plug it into the top, mount USB, then you go into the file manager, and what we're going to do first is put on Portmaster itself, because none of this will work without it. Go into ports, then for your Portmaster, this is how it zips, extracts. So what you want to do is actually go into the first Portmaster file and move that across, otherwise it won't work. When I first did this, I just transferred it how it unzipped and wasn't working, and I couldn't figure out why. So now what we're going to do is exit out, and I don't know if you have to do it like this, but this is how I did it. We're going to update game lists, and we should now have ports with Portmaster in it. Now if I had a Wi-Fi dongle, I could go on the internet, click on that, and download all the files that I downloaded from the Portmaster website automatically onto the device. But because I didn't buy a dongle, I'm stuck doing it like this. Okay, so now I shall show you how to work Quake. We're going to go back into the file manager. Now with Quake I had to do it a bit differently to everything else, so I have no clue. Oh, there it is, I put it in the wrong place. So you go back to ports. Your Quake file shouldn't be in your Quake 2 file, it's just where I've ended up putting it when I transferred it over by accident. So go into ports. Now with Quake I actually go into the file and then transfer this file over along with this one, and then I go into the Quake folder, Quake packs. It says put your packs here, so you want to go to your Quake packs, and as well as the music, you want to move them across. Now this will take a second because it's a lot of data, but when it's done we'll exit out, update the game list, and Quake should hopefully run, all being well. This has taken longer than I expected. Always panic it's crashed when stuff takes this long. I'll pause it and I'll restart when it's done. And as soon as I paused the video, it finished. So now we're going to exit out. Update game list. Yeah. Go along to ports. Now we should have Quake, and this should work. And as you can hear, we have music as well. Now, you probably are going to have to mess around with the configurations for the controller. I mean, when I started, I had to change the dead zone for the analog, otherwise it kept looking at the roof. Let's see if it does it here. Yeah, as you can see. And we just go into the RetroArch settings, options, I don't know, dead zone, and I changed it to 25. I don't really know exactly what that means, but yep. And manage core options, save, and it has stopped. And there we have the Quake running on a cheap handheld. I'll have to change the buttons because I'm not used to shoot being Y or whatever it is. But there we go. Okay, now we're going to install Duke Nukem. So back in the file manager, assuming you haven't unmounted the USB. You guessed it, back to the ports file, which I've passed. And with Duke, I believe we want to go into the first file and transfer these two across. And then we go into the Duke Nukem file, game data, and then transfer your RTS and your GRP file over. And all being well, that should be Duke Nukem up and running. Update your game lists as per usual. And select Duke Nukem. And there we have it. Hail to the king, baby. Alright guys, now what we're going to do is get Quake 2 up and running, and this was the hardest one for me. For some reason I couldn't get it to work for absolutely ages. So we're back into the file manager, back to ports, and what we want to do again is go into the file and transfer the Quake 2 file over and Quake 2 sh. Then we want to go into the Quake 2 folder, and in the first set with base, Q2 and temp, we want to go into Quake 2 packs on our SD card, and we want to transfer music and video over to this part. And on the website it didn't tell me to do this, it just told me to transfer the pack files into the base Q2 folder, which is why it wouldn't work for ages. And now we go into base Q2, as you see it says put your pack files here, which is what we're going to do. Select all, move. This may take a second because sometimes these do. And fingers crossed, because like I said, it took me so long to do it on the last SD card that I've forgotten which way is the right way and what files I had to actually use. So I'm hoping I have done this correctly, and we're about to find out. So press start, settings, update the game list, in the moment of truth, Quake 2. There we go. And that's it guys, we've managed to run Quake 1 Quake 2 and Duke Nukem 3D all successfully using just a mobile phone, obviously my mobile data, an SD card and the adapter, all because I didn't buy the pack that came with the free dongle, and when I did buy a dongle it was the wrong one. And if you follow these steps correctly and it's not working for you, then either the pack files you've got hold of aren't correct, or well, that'll probably be it. You'll probably have to find a different copy of them. But I suggest you go on to GOG games and buy each one. They're relatively cheap now. I mean, we all probably own about 100 different versions of these games now anyway. But saying that, Quake and Quake 2 aren't ported as often as stuff like Duke Nukem and Doom. You can run Doom on everything now. But there we go, guys. So I hope that helps you out.